the youth in mining areas such as Boitekong in Rustenburg in the northwest province of South Africa are complaining about rising local unemployment. This despite living in an area surrounded by mining activities. The youth want the nearest mine, Stillwater, to employ them, create job opportunities or empower them with skills which can help them to be gainfully employed. South Africa's unemployment rate decreased to 33.9% in the second quarter of 2022 from a high of 34.5% in the first quarter of 2022. During the fourth quarter of 2021, unemployment stood at 35.3%. Migration to mining areas is one of the issues blamed for high local unemployment. We talk a little bit more about this issue with social activist Resego Tshubisi, who will share some of the challenges faced by the unemployed communities. A very good evening to you, Resego. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Perhaps let's just first start with the developmental context of the Northwest Province in particular.
Thank you, Tepito. Thank you to your viewers and your listeners for this opportunity. The picture is so bleak. What I want to say in overview is that we're sitting in a situation whereby we are in an Arab Spring. The youth, young people have decided that it's time that they rise up to stand up for the economic emancipation, because it's been long overdue. It's been a long time since all the promises that have been taking place till to this day, nothing has materialized. As such, we have a key fundamental problem with regard to the mining, especially us as the mining hosting communities. Problem number one is that you find up in a situation whereby in the mining sectors, their procurement spend, when you look at it, it does not impact the real people who is intended to be beneficiary of the procurement spend. You'll find out that out of 4 billion, for instance, only 1 billion from that 4 billion that's supposed to spread across to stimulate the economy and create jobs around the communities. It's not enough to ensure that there are opportunities for young people to tap in, because in most instances, like with regard to the issue of procurement spend in our mining community, most of those procurement, majority, 70% of that procurement spend goes back to the very same mining operations, whereby you find out that there are companies which are white-owned companies that come with employers from outside our mining communities. In that instead, we create an environment whereby young people can get into the jobs to get opportunities, because those companies will come with people from outside the province, outside the region, and outside our the visit area. And another issue again that we are facing with is the issue of crime. Young people, as depressed as they are, they have nothing to do. As such, this leads them to have to commit crime, because lack of opportunities, they're unproductive. They end up joining all these zamazamas to do all the legal stuff within the mining premises. All the promises that the mine has made till to this day, it's going slow. There's no progress. Everything, all the things on paper, but on reality, it's not what's happening.
Let's talk about Sibanye itself. I mean, the issue around particularly artisanal mining has been in the forefront since what happened in Krugersdorp, and the Northwest Province has been singled out as a community or a province that has many communities that are surrounded by mines who are not living up to their social compact with communities that is investing in them. Is it a matter of regulation, or is it the mining companies themselves are not coming to the party? They're exploiting the communities in which they work, but are not looking after the people that live on the land?
Oh, thank you for that question, Tshubisi. On that, regarding that matter, first and foremost, there are two key fundamental problems. The other side is from the side of the regulator, and the other side is also from the mine. From the side of the mine, problem number one is that they create an environment whereby you find that there's a land that is under mine, and that land the mine does not utilize it. And it led people from outside to come and occupy the land illegally to create informal settlements, and in particular, people who are foreigners, people who are not South Africans, to go to and after occupying the land illegally, they go to mine, commit illegal stuff. We've asked several times from the mine that all the land that they are not utilized, why can't you give it to community so that they can create economic benefit out of the land? Probably means, for instance, if you lease the land to young people to create agriculture or technological creativity within the value chain of the mining in our community. But the mine is not willing to take part in that. And from the side of the regulator, the DMRE, they are not playing their part also, because from the side of the DMRE, they don't even try to understand what's happening. The only side of the story that they listen to is the side of the Shibani. So those who mine are untouchable. Our regulators, they don't regulate them. Instead, they are the ones who regulate the regulator. So we are sitting on a problem that they are not willing to move to change the social economic conditions of our people, the marginalized, the poor of our country.
Now, you mentioned a little bit about the demographic profile of the various municipalities. The youth, I'd imagine from what you're saying, are the worst affected by unemployment. But just if you were to give us a percentage point, for instance, do they make up a third, 2/3 of these municipalities? And what opportunities are they able to create for themselves, if any at all?
Statistically, as we speak now, we're speaking around more than 50% of young people, both educated, uneducated, semi-skilled, and all these other areas, they are unemployed. And we have realized and we've come to the reality that man can't give us everything that we want. But what we are trying to what the solution that we're trying to bring to the mine, the local municipalities, is that we ourselves, we can create opportunities for ourselves. Like, for instance, the point that just alluded to, that we can, the mine can lease the land for the hosting communities so that they can turn that land to become productive. For instance, there are agricultural technologies like hydroponic farming. Young people can come to produce the food and everything to solve the problem of food security, and also to come with a solution to sell and develop their skills in that area of food security. So, but from our position that we are staying now, in as much as the proposals to bring a solution to solve this problem of inequality and unemployment in our communities, the mining hosting community, the mine does not come to play their part. Instead, you will find that they come with their consultant company, of which those consultant companies, they don't do the due diligence properly. You find out that a consultant company come from Joburg to come to Rustenburg to do the due diligence, which is unrelated to what's happening. Only when you go to their meetings, they give us they present us the social labor plans, which are not which are not related to the needs that the young people are facing currently as we speak.